What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Kayla and I am a master's student in a counseling psychology program, and I graduated with a Bachelor's of Science degree in forensic psychology. So I've been doing this college thing for a while now, and today's video is actually going to be 5 mistakes to avoid in college. I feel like a lot of people do videos telling you what to expect in college and what you should do in college, but a lot of people don't tell you what to avoid in college. So I'm going to give you guys 5 things that I have learned from all of my time of being in college, 5 things that you should just avoid doing, mistakes that you should avoid making in college. So we're just going to jump right on into the video. The first mistake you want to avoid making in college is being afraid of your professors. I know some of your professors can seem really intimidating and uninviting, and some of them are. Honestly, you will meet some professors that are just like, I hate my job, I don't want you to approach me. But for the most part, your professors are there to help you. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, their job is to help you with those. So do not be afraid to go to your professor for anything. A lot of times your professors are actually your main source for networking. They can connect you with other professors or other students, or even help you with like the graduate school process if that's the route that you're taking. And you know, they can be a lot of help. You don't want to be afraid of your professors. And I know it sounds dumb, and I know some of you are probably thinking, who is afraid of their professors? But a lot of students are. A lot of students will have issues, whether it's with their grades or the professor made a mistake, let's say on attendance or something, and they're too scared to approach the professor or email the professor or say anything, and they just kind of let it go by. And you really don't want to do that. So the first mistake to avoid is to not be afraid of your professors. Now, if they're just genuinely a mean person and you can tell, like, you approach them and they're just bothered by the fact that you're talking to them, then yeah, maybe that's not the professor you need to be approaching, unless it's something important like about a grade or an exam or something. But if they're just genuinely mean, then they're not the type of professor you should approach about networking or any other outside opportunities, because they're just going to be an ass about it, and that's no fun. The second mistake is a huge mistake, and it's a mistake that I've made myself, and it is a mistake that I've watched my friends make, and that is worrying about guys. Now, when you get to college, there is going to be an abundance of guys of different walks of life, and there's going to be guys that you've never seen before. And a lot of girls at that time, you know, we kind of mature faster than men, and we feel like we want a relationship and all of that. And the biggest mistake that you can make is going into college worrying about a guy, because number one, men that age most of the times are not looking for a stable relationship. They are looking to have fun, to party, to mess around with whoever and whenever, just because they're not at the age where they want to settle down. And if you've ever gotten your feelings hurt, you know when it hurts, it hurts. You don't want to do anything. You don't want to do your homework. You don't want to be productive. You don't want to eat. You don't want to get out of bed. And that can really damage your other friendships, your grades, your networking, and that's really something you don't want to do. And that's not to say if you have a relationship not to focus on that, or if you are dating someone or whatever, not to, you know, worry about that. But I'm saying, do not be boy crazy. Do not make your sole focus boys, because you will get your feelings hurt in college a lot. I mean, it's gonna happen. Everyone is still learning themselves and getting to know each other and getting to know themselves and figuring out who you are, and you're going to get your feelings hurt by someone. And that's why your main focus shouldn't be a guy. Your main focus should be your education and getting good grades and your future plans for whatever you want to do out after college. So that way, if your feelings do get hurt, I mean, it's gonna hurt, but that wasn't your main focus. You were worried about more important things than guys. So do not make the mistake of worrying about guys. Do not make that your number one priority. Do not make that your focus. That should just be like, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, that's fine. You have more important things to worry about than a guy. You have your whole entire life to date. I'm like, please take it from somebody who has been there. You have your whole entire life to date. And yeah, just don't worry about it. The third mistake you want to avoid is going to be for all of my subscribers who are living in the dorms or on campus. Do not overpack. You tend to want to overpack and you tend to want to bring literally everything from your room, but please do not do that, because dorm rooms are small. There's not a lot of space. You're more than likely sharing the space with another person who's also probably going to overpack, and what you're going to realize is you're going to get there and you both have overpacked and there's literally no room for your stuff. So I guess it also depends on how far away you are from home and how often you're going to be going home, because what I personally did is when I went away to school in August, I packed all of my summer clothes and I packed some fall clothes because I knew I would be coming home for Thanksgiving. And then when I came home for Thanksgiving, I pretty much brought home all of my summer clothes and brought back all of my fall and winter clothes. And my school was about 3 hours away, so I didn't come home often. I normally came home for the major holidays: Thanksgiving, Christmas, spring break, so stuff like that. So I didn't come home like every weekend. Now, if you don't have that opportunity, then you may have to pack all of your clothes, but the closets and the wardrobes and the dressers and things like that are not big in dorm rooms, so there really isn't a lot of space for a lot of stuff. So you may just have to try to get your key pieces for the summer and the fall and the winter, and just kind of like mix and match with different outfits and stuff, because you don't want to bring a lot of stuff and then it comes to a point where there's nowhere to put it. And I mean, if you have the money to get an extra storage unit in your college town, then I mean, that's also an option. But if you don't, you're not going to have anywhere to put that stuff. Your dorm is going to be cluttered and it's going to feel even smaller than it already is. So try your best not to overpack. Try to coordinate maybe with your parents or something to see if you can come home for major holidays so you can swap out your clothes like that, so you don't feel like you have to bring everything. And also remember, there's probably going to be like a Walmart, Target, if you're lucky, maybe even a mall. So there's also a lot of things that you can get there as well. So you don't have to literally lug everything from your house to your college, because you can probably get some of that stuff on campus or outside of campus, you know, in your stores and stuff. The fourth mistake you want to avoid in college is over drinking. And I don't want to sound like a parent, because I know, yes, you're supposed to be 21 years old to drink. However, I know when you go away to college, most of the times you're not going to be 21 when you're drinking. So I'm not going to, you know, preach that to you. Whatever. I'm not your parent, but do not overdrink. It is unsafe, especially as a woman, for you to drink too much and you're not aware of your surroundings. You're blacking out. Because even though you go to college and you meet a lot of good people and you make a lot of good friends, not everyone is going to be looking out for you. Not everyone you should trust. And you really have to keep that in mind when you're drinking. It's okay, you know, to drink to have fun and, you know, be social. But you also want to make sure that you're not drinking too much to where you can't get yourself home if need be, that you have no clue where you're at. You want to make sure you're aware of your surroundings at all times. You want to make sure that, you know, you're able to call yourself an Uber or a Lyft or a cab or whatever. You have some means to get home. You're not too drunk to where you can't tell someone your address or your dorm building or whatever. You don't want to make sure that you're throwing up, because honestly, I know people think like, oh, okay, they're throwing up, they're a punk. But when you get to the point where you're throwing up because you're drinking, that's actually the first sign of alcohol poisoning, and that's the sign that you should stop drinking, not keep drinking. That is a sign that you should stop drinking. You don't want to be that person. I can't tell you how many times during my undergrad where I have seen people literally passed out on the sidewalk because they've drunk too much, and that's really not good. Most of the times you'll probably get arrested. Again, not good, especially if you are going on to graduate school and in a more professional career. You do not want a record. Public intoxication goes on your record. It does not look good for jobs or anyone like that who's going to do a background check on you. So keep that in mind. You know, if you're going to drink, be responsible, be safe when you're drinking. Again, I don't want to sound like your parent, but it's really important, because I've seen a lot of things and I've known a lot of things to happen to people when they drink too much. Be mindful of what you're drinking. Be mindful of what people are putting in your drinks. If you leave a cup somewhere, do not go back and drink out of it. Get a new cup. If you got to pay $5 for another cup, then so be it, but do not go back and drink out of a cup that you have left sitting somewhere. I know these are like common sense things, guys, but it's not so common when you get to college and everyone's partying and having fun, and it just kind of like goes out of the window. And like I said, I've seen some things and I've heard some things to happen to women that honestly is really sad, and it could have all been avoided. So just be aware, be mindful, be conscious, don't trust everybody, and just make sure you're taking care of yourself and putting yourself first, because you're there for you and not for anyone else. And that leads into my fifth and final mistake to avoid in college, and that is trusting everyone. Do not trust everyone. You cannot trust everyone in college. I don't care how long you guys have been roommates. I don't care how cool they were when you first met them. You can honestly, and it feels so bad to say this, but you cannot trust everyone, because a lot of people have ill intentions. A lot of people do not have good intentions towards you, and you don't want to put your trust in everyone that you meet, because you're going to get your feelings hurt. Things can happen. People take advantage of people. They, you let them into your dorm and they get comfortable, and next thing you know, your stuff comes up missing. Like, you don't want to be that person that's too trusting. Not saying that you should be defensive and have your guard up when you meet new people, but at the same time, you don't want to go into every new friendship or every new relationship just off the bat trusting them based on the vibe that you get when you guys first meet. Now, they can have a really good vibe, but that does not mean that they have good intention towards you. And now, of course, I'm a firm believer in karma. So if they do bad to you, I do believe it's going to come back around. But at the same time, if you can avoid that, avoid it. Don't just start letting any and everybody into your space, into your dorm room, into your heart. Don't go just anywhere with anybody. Don't eat food from or drink from just anybody. Again, it goes back to being aware and conscious of your surroundings, and you just want to make sure that you're safe at all times. If you're going somewhere with someone new, make sure you're letting someone know, like your parents or a close friend or someone, where you're going. Even drop your location. I do that all the time. If I'm going out with someone that is relatively new in my life, someone that, I'm still kind of filling out, I would drop my location to my parents, to my brothers, and to my boyfriend, like, hey, this is where I'm going, this is where I'm at right now, this is what we're doing, this is what I'm wearing. And it sounds kind of overbearing, but if something happens, I know there's multiple people who knows exactly where I was, who knows exactly what I had on, who knows where I was supposed to be and who I was with, first and last name. Of course, that's something that they can lie about, but at the same time, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be going somewhere that's going to have cameras. I highly doubt there's any place now that does not have cameras. So, yes, they can lie about their first and last name, but for the most part, I think people are very truthful, unless they, like, off rip have ill intentions. But just be mindful of who you're with. Do not trust everyone, and just be conscious, guys. College is a place where people get taken advantage of a lot, and you don't want to be that person. It may happen a few times, and it may be something simple like someone cheats you out of your meal plan money, and they pretend like they're your friend, but really they just want to use you for your meal plan money because they live off campus and they don't have any. Or little things like that can happen. But if you can avoid the major things happening, like getting your stuff stolen, yeah, just be mindful, and always make sure to check out your campus's resources. If they have like a counseling center that's free or something that you can go to, and something happens, make sure you take advantage of that resource. Do not be afraid. You pay tuition and you pay to go there like everyone else, and it's okay to use it. It's okay to need it. It's okay to not be okay, because college is a scary time. It's brand new. You're learning new stuff. You're learning new people. It's a whole new environment. And it's hard, and you're still learning yourself and learning how to do things and learning how to be on your own and be an adult. And it's a scary time, because let me tell you, adulting is not fun. It is not fun, but you learn a lot about yourself. So just be careful, guys. And of course, if you guys ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, you guys can always message me on any of my social media. That's always down in the description box. You guys can always message me on YouTube, because I think I figured out how to answer my messages. Don't quote me on that, but you guys can always leave a comment. So yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything and you don't feel comfortable talking to someone else, I'm always here. Like I said, I've been doing this college thing for a very long time now. I hate to say that, I'm old, but I'm here as a resource if you guys need me. Okay guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you leave. Also, I am doing a giveaway, so I will link that video in the cards if you guys missed that. So if you want to join and enter my giveaway, then make sure you go over to that video and figure out all of that information. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.